said, I'm like, he made you look like fools for handing him a blank check in the first place because he doesn't even give a shit about the stuff that he's paid $1 gazillion to talk about. And now he's turning around and turning that into a money-making opportunity. Yeah. And the money-making opportunity, turns out it looks like it's a fraudulent crap business to begin with. Honestly, I'm not a religious person, but I pray for the downfall. I really do.
It's going to be amazing.
It's
going to be amazing.
Stephen A. I played that Michelle Beadle clip for one reason and one reason only. I'm old enough to remember being on that show and getting in trouble based on some comments you said about women and whether or not they should know their place when it comes to abuse or non-abuse. Ray Rice comes to mind. Not going to get into the details of all of that. But Beadle just came for you yet again, like she did when I worked at ESPN. I wonder, do you have that same smoke for her?
I've already been on First Take. We're already #1. All I was trying to do was help the show's ratings. Had she listened, she might still had a job. But you didn't want to do that. Because you want to be all prideful and evil and antagonistic towards me, who's done nothing to you. I've never talked to you. I've never talked about you. I've never said anything to anybody about you. I don't mess with you at all. What interest would I have on any level? But you still acted that way. That's what you did. And when they promoted me, it made you sick to your stomach because at that moment you realized they wanted me on. Ladies and gentlemen, I always make guest appearances on Get Up throughout the years. But that particular year that they let her go, the ratings were bad. And there was a new regime that took over, overseeing the show and everything like that. And they said, we need you on every day. And for the rest of the year, they had me on every day. And it certainly wasn't me alone. There was a whole bunch of people contributing to the show. But we resurrected that damn show. And now Get Up, outside of First Take, is pretty much the top rated show in the morning. Across the board in all the sports, with Mike Greenberg leading the way, along with his staff, doing an absolutely fantastic job. Most importantly, they're happy because bad apples got out the door. I'm not telling you what they said. I'm telling you what I feel. So now that we get that out the way, that's one place where Beadle was replaced. We don't know what happened to MSNBC, SN, and stuff like that because you know, the objective was to get rid of her because it just wasn't very good. And the objective was to get rid of her for Get Up because it wasn't very, very good. And the objective to get rid of her on the NBA was because they got tired of the noise and wanted somebody, dare I say, more pleasant. I'm only guessing because I never asked. All I had to do was look and see. Why does that matter? Because here we are talking about Sirius XM. Ladies and gentlemen, as shocking as it may be for you, I had no idea that the Stephen A. Smith Show on Sirius XM, Mad Dog Sports Radio, 1 to 3 p.m. every weekday, re-airing 6 to 8 p.m. every weekday, was her time slot. Because I never paid attention. I didn't know that was her show. I had no idea when Sirius XM came to me to ask me to do the time slot. And then even once I found out, this is the business that we're in. You're assuming you got a contract, they'll reposition you, you'll get another time. You were hired at First Take in large part because of me. You stayed as long as you stayed and had the support of the people that supported you because of me. Do I need to get bosses to confirm that I'm telling the truth? You know I can. When we see the diverse people that come on First Take, black people, women, the list goes on and on. Who did that? That wasn't happening when Skip was there. That was me. What are you talking about? When have I spoken against you? When have I thrown shade against you? When did that happen? That is a lie. Me, Dog and Cari champion, when? And if I did it, why did you call me and root for me? What are you sick of? Or did you just want the attention? Somebody here, please find something that on the record when I'm on the air, something talking about Jemele Hill and Cari Champion. You were at the Tennis Channel. And I brought you over to ESPN. Not just me. Had to get approval. Had to get Skip Bayless support because he was the number one guy. Who you think did it? Who you think did it? I can get into a whole bunch of details that surrounded you not necessarily ending up there. If Skip had his way or somebody else had their way, it was me that stopped that. This marvelous, talented black woman who magnetized towards the camera, had a flavor and a style and a flair about her that I thought would serve the show well. Are you sick of the attention you're not getting? Because you're not on ESPN anymore? I didn't ask you to leave. It was your choice. It's hard, ladies and gentlemen, to sit here and to listen to stuff like this from people who are supposed to be your friends. When you had a meeting wanting to come back to ESPN, who set up the meeting? Who'd you call? That's low, Cari. I would never do that to you. And you know it. Never, not in a million years. I've had your back and supported you for years.
All right, man. I see what's going on with Michelle Beadle, Cari Champion, and Stephen A. Smith. I'll give my little 2 cents real quick. I did a short on what Michelle Beadle said regarding to Stephen A. Smith, right? So basically, in the small clip I seen, she says she's not religious, but she prays on Stephen A. Smith downfall. And I want to show brothers, if I mess with this ratchet set for whatever reason, it won't close. But I want to show y'all brothers, man, that you don't have no allies, bro. You don't have any allies. And I don't think most black men realize that. And, you know, she just jealous of Stephen A. being the face of ESPN. You know, then when it comes to, you know, people that a person don't like, then it became about morality and integrity. But when they was in similar roles, they didn't give a fuck about integrity, morality, or nothing. They was just happy getting theirs. So Cari Champion do what some black women do, which is indirectly or direct or act like they're indirectly or directly following Becky. Okay. She goes around and she doubles down. She doubles down and she sides with Michelle Beadle, right? And Stephen A. compromises this and he did this and he don't keep the same energy for black people, for white people. He didn't go at Michelle Beadle, all right? Now, at the end of the day, the bros, we get it. We know what Stephen A. Smith is about. He goes at Jasmine Crockett, but he won't go at Michelle Beadle. And we know what Stephen A. Smith is. And we understand the position that he's in. He has to sell out and able to cash in. All right. And that's the decision that he makes, that he fight with. You know, he get mad when the bros, you know, be like, well, you really ain't no brother. You a sellout. That fucks with him. And if he didn't have any character or morality or integrity, that wouldn't fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? So he understands, you know, I remember the turning point for Stephen A. Smith is when he brought Michael Eric Simp Dyson on and they was talking too black on ESPN and they got rid of him. And then they let him sit down for a minute. They brought him back and he came back looking like Tyrone Biggums. If you catch him on drift, right? He started talking all that inconsistent shit. He got a lot of ill will for the brothers and no ill will for the other, right? Cool. But then he goes out there and he says that, you know, I had Cari Champion's back. Cari Champion had the position that she had is because I lobbied for her, or basically I put her in position to do that. And for you to bite the hand that fed you, that put you in position, you know what I'm saying? Like, out of all people, and we still talk and kick it behind the scenes and we still cool. And then it'd be like Jemele Hill, Jemele Hill is the ultimate Keisha, yeah, you heard me, Keisha, fucking feminist. I can't stand her. I don't care if she claimed to be from Detroit. Beck Keisha. She's a mulatto Beck Keisha. That's what she is. Can't stand her, bro. That brother that did the show with her, what's his name? Michael, I forget his name. He ended up following Beck Keisha, following her lead, and he got them both canned off TV. Now he on Fox Soul, following Beck Keisha. And for Cari Champion to side with Becky against a dude that literally put food on your table and gave you an opportunity. See, all this boss babe shit, man, that they be talking about, it's a man behind it. The business that she got, what's that chick name? I forget her name. Her father went all the way to like somewhere like China and got her a hair plug. But I guarantee you, she acting like she a boss chick. Her father got her that hair plug. Most of these these so-called successful businesses that women got that employ people, you know what I'm saying? It was started by a dude. That's what I'm not even gonna get it. It was started by a dude. So when they sit here, I did it on my own and I'm happily single, they're happily leaning on a cock. They're happily dependent on a man. I did the short on the other channel, Free Game 89, and links in the link tree in the description. And we did the video, I did the short where the lady said she was laid off. I forget the name of her company. And a man, paid all her bills so she got on her feet. She said, this guy paid all my bills until I got on my feet, right? And she made him these lunches. All he asked for her is just make sure you make lunch. That's it. He paid our bills. She made lunch. The people at the job was like, oh, I like her lunch, the lunches she made. And it jump started her business. And she said, well, this guy. And at the end of the day, she didn't marry the guy. And the girls in the comments, well, how you know that? Shut up. My point is, a lot of these women use men to get to where they got and act like a man wasn't behind their success. You notice when these dudes win MVP or when these dudes get higher positions, they get these hot. I thank my wife. Without my wife, I couldn't have been here. Without my mother, I couldn't have been here. Oh, when girls get these positions, they forget what you do for them. And at the end of the day, you kind of can't even fault some of them dudes that clap their cheeks for them to move up the ladder. You can't even fault it because if I organically gave you an opportunity, you're going to act like I didn't give you the opportunity. I didn't help you. I did it on my own. And for her, and let me stop there. For her to side with Michelle Beadle, that's why you hear brothers say Becky run Keisha. They will side with everybody but us. And that's why I tell y'all brothers, we have no allies. We have no friends. This ain't Houdini. Friends, we don't have no allies, bro. We in this. What did Mitch say? What did A say in Paying the Fool? Mitch went to jail. I'm in this game by myself. We in it by ourselves. So if we don't support each other and stay with each other and stay on code for each other, bro, you are isolated. You have no allies. People don't understand what it's like to be a black man in America, regardless if you a Pookie, a Ray Ray, a male, a man, a white collar. Like, bro, you literally have to be 10 times better just to get an average opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand that, bro. We're everybody punching bag. We're everybody target. They have destroyed our image so bad, bro. And for Cari Champion to bite the hand that fed her and gave her opportunities and go with Becky, that let you know where her allegiance is. Look here, if somebody did something for me and they gave me an opportunity like ESPN, I wouldn't have nothing bad to say about them. And that's why I fuck with Tony Yayo and some of the stuff that he be saying is that, he said, I can never say nothing bad about Fifth or Eminem and Dr. Dre because without them, he said, I traveled the world and I've been able to do things that I never would have been able to do. So I'm always in debt to them. Loyalty, bro. If my bro gave me an opportunity and whatever, if it went away, I fumbled it, bro, I'm always in debt to dog. I appreciate it. Without you, I wouldn't even have got this opportunity. But people, they fumble an opportunity. It's no longer there. And it's minute that, they lose it or they feel like you at fault or you to blame or you can't help them no more and you've been helping them forever, then they turn on you. That just lets you know where their allegiance and their loyalty was at. You know what I'm saying? And just to think about it, they all sided with Becky. They don't go. They was celebrating when Kevin Samuels died. They cried when Jerry Springer died. They gonna jump everybody with us. Y'all seen that video, and I may address it, where the ladies was on like a panel or what you call that thing, that weak ass shit they got on Apple, where they had spaces and they gossip and they said, you know, we want Brad to handle black men with force, and we want you to, and they started to like saying that type of stuff. Like I tell you, bro, you have no allies. And I think a lot of brothers that date out, they figured that out. You know, they figured that out. You know, sleeping with Keisha, you sleeping with one eye, you got to sleep with one eye open, just like Maria and Becky. You know what I'm saying? Like you have no allies, bro. This man helped put money in her pocket and she bit the hand that fed him. So, and she didn't come out and make her own accusations. She jumped on Becky's, who said she prays for Stephen A. Smith's downfall, but I'm not even religious. Telling y'all, bro, y'all be thinking, you know, a lot of y'all ain't where y'all at in life because that woman you with, bro, she literally holding you back, hating on you, stop you from doing what you doing. You be thinking all skin folks is kin folks. Them days is gone. People are in the community are more loyal to the negative things. They're more loyal to green. This is why I don't fuck with money hungry people, bro. You got to mess with the person, not for their skin color, but for their intentions in their heart. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all getting killed by BBLs and how she look and all that, man. And they don't care nothing about you. They don't share the same values as you. It's just crazy, bro. It's crazy, man. I'm not a Stephen A. Smith, big fan of Stephen A. Smith and Jasmine Crockett. Like, why don't black men say something about Stephen A? Stephen A. a grown man. We understand when you get in Hollywood, they gonna put their hand up the little puppet slot. We get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, it's always Jermaine's fault. We tired of it, bro. We not about to reprimand, you know, Stephen A. Smith because these women said do it. If anything, I'm going to support Stephen A. Smith even more, bro. To be honest, I'm going to support him more than I have been supporting him. Because I understand he got to play the game. I get it. And they playing the same game. A lot of them that slept their way to the top. And what they find out is when that coochie age out, they have no use to the company no more, bro. And now you mad at Stephen A. Smith. Get out of here, man. Hit the link in the description. Check out the Real 101 playlist. Hit the link, join the Patreon. We everywhere. Peace.